Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about 21 Grams, and this movie is directed by Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, if I pronounced that correctly, and I've seen a few of his movies, and he hasn't directed too many films. I've seen everything from Babel all the way up to now, with the exception of Digger, because that hasn't been released yet, but anyways, I've seen just about everything. The only thing I haven't seen yet is Amoros Perros. That's the only movie I haven't seen from him. But everything else I've really enjoyed. I think Birdman's pretty great. I need to give that another watch. And The Revenant I remember really enjoying. And Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, I thought was decent. And Babel was great. Beautiful was awesome as well. And now I got this one, and I thought it was decent. It was enjoyable. Easily my least favorite out of everything that he's done, but it's still a movie that's worth a watch, I think, and it's well shot, and there's lots of close shots, and I do understand that the way that this movie is presented is trying to give you a feeling of claustrophobia and kind of like a Safdie movie in a sense. And I felt as though that helped the movie. I will criticize it later because there's one aspect in terms of this movie's visual presentation that kind of bugged me. But overall, I was into what this movie was doing technically, and I thought the performances were really strong. I really enjoyed Benicio del Toro. I thought he did a great job, and I did enjoy Sean Penn as well and Naomi Watts. And I did like what was being set up in the beginning. And this movie is also told in a non chronological order. And it kind of reminded me of Memento. And unfortunately, that's another thing that I'm going to have to criticize this movie for. Is that while that non chronological order storytelling did make the film unique, at the same time, it didn't really serve much of a purpose to me. And I just felt as though the movie was kind of wasting time doing that. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, you did that, but it didn't really serve much of a purpose. Like, it's much more purposeful in a movie like Babel, that being his next movie, or Memento, where each scene that's being shown in both of these movies, I know they're both different directors, but in Memento and Babel, just about every scene, especially in Memento, literally every scene from memory works really well, not only in the context of the whole film, but also works as just a really great short film. Like if each scene in Memento was just like a little short film, I think it would still work and would be really great. And the fact that it's a whole feature length film and it doesn't really feel out of place or anything lesser because of it, I really I respect that about it. Whereas in this movie, it kind of just was thrown in and didn't really serve for much of a narrative purpose, in my opinion. It was kind of just done that way because the movie was trying to be different, which it was, but unfortunately, it just kind of felt like it was wasting time. And it kind of hurts the pacing of the movie as well. Like you're not really sure what you're supposed to be following at times because it does get kind of confusing. And this entire time I was like, why did you choose to do this? And there were some editing choices that I found to be really distracting. And I just wanted to stop cutting so much. And luckily, the movie isn't so poorly edited consistently throughout. It's just at times where I just wish that it would hold back from cutting so many times. And also, there were some side characters that I wish we never saw and was just left up to interpretation because I feel so that would have made the movie a bit more powerful if we just imagined what happened. Because early on in the movie, we are supposed to imagine certain things that have happened, and it's very effective. But later on, they kind of show a little bit more of it, and it's not nearly as effective for me. I did also respect the lack of music in this movie. And when it does show up, it's good music, but I do prefer when it doesn't use music at all. And I did like the second half of this movie better than the first half. The first half of this movie, well, good. I just felt as though it was kind of all over the place and messy, whereas the second half gave me something to chew on and be interested in. And maybe this is one of those movies where you have to see it more than once to get the full experience out of it, but a first experience is going to be kind of tough to sit through, I feel. And I wasn't really attached to the story or the characters super well. I just wished that there was more going on for me story wise, or the movie just wasn't so confusing for no reason that I would be able to just connect with it a lot better. But instead, we get this, and it's just, what are you doing? And that's about all I have to say about 21 Grams. It was good. It's just not a film that impacted me as much as Iñárritu's later movies. So do check this one out, but I'm not sure if I would ever watch this one again. So with all that being said, I'm going to give 21 Grams a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of 21 Grams, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for, potentially, because of how things might turn out, because I ordered this movie off of Amazon, and it'll be coming in the next day as of me recording this. So might have enough time to watch it and review it. If not, then I'll do another one. So if my current plan fails, then it'll be for Project Hail Mary. However, if things go according to plan, then my next review is going to be for A Brighter Summer Day. So look forward to whichever one comes up next. But until then, thank you for watching and have a great day.